Hi guys, hope everybody is doing really well today. I've got quite an interesting purchase I want to talk about today. I was on eBay and I usually just searched used items, and this popped up and it was advertised as a 15 centimeter plane, and that was it, nothing else. 15 centimeter plane. The pictures were very blurry, but I could sort of make out, obviously with it being 15 centimeters, that's 5 inches, 6 inches shall I say, plane. So it's obviously a very small one. So by the size, I obviously know it's a Stanley #1. So I offered the seller, I noticed it was already on bids of, it started £2.99 postage plus £5 starting bid. And the seller listed it without knowing anything about it. It had already been bid up to £320. So obviously people knew exactly what it was. It was as #1. So I asked the seller, I said, do you have a buy it now price? The seller said, I said, I'm happy to pay you, a good amount of money. He said, I can't take it off because there's bids on the auction, so I'll have to let the auction run. I said, fair enough. So I bid on it, and I bid £1,250, and I won it for £1,022, which I thought was like a medium price for a Stanley #1. But what's really cool about it is it's an extremely early Stanley #1. Now you couldn't make out, I had to put a little bit of a wire wheel on that, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted to see what the writing was, because you couldn't see anything, it was just completely pitted. But it's a Stanley, a patent applied for 1892. It says 1992, but it's 1892. Now, my good friend Graham, who's a beautiful maker of antique planes, let me show you some of his planes. Absolutely outstanding planes. Now he makes planes from scratch. Like this is one of Graham's, Forrest Blythe his name is, Graham's planes. Obviously here he's done like Cupid bow designs, absolutely stunning, with hardwood carvings, etc., like African woods. He obviously is a massive collector. Sorry Graham, that wasn't the best, was it? I'll tighten that down. He's a massive collector of Stanley planes as well. I mean, look at that work, absolutely stunning. Now Graham has dated this plane for me. I've taken the plane apart because it was completely covered, and I mean covered with filth inside. It had about 100 years of muck inside it. So he's dated the casting. If you can see there, it's got an S. You couldn't see that, to take all the muck out of it. Yeah, in fact, I can show you some of the muck. I mean, I cleaned the bowl and I've just cleaned it out, and you can see the muck from the inside of the casting. So it was really dirty, which is just the way you want to find them, really, untouched. And he has he's marked the casting as S casting of the actual casting. Now there's no chips in the mouth or nothing like that, and it's from the casting had flaws with the casting, so they only made it from 1872 to 1873, the casting. Now the leather cap is aged, the back of the leather cap, which is it's that B stands for the foundry, so it's S foundry, B foundry, which would have been, I don't know, Connecticut or wherever, and the leather cap's a little bit newer at 1884. So this is a Type 3 casting. Now the Type 2 and Type 1, we're only talking months, like a year or two. So this is basically a Stanley #1, and it is basically a first generation. I mean, it's the casting 3, but you're talking 6, a year between the castings. It's in absolutely amazing condition, apart from, you can see the chip out of the chunk at the end. Now my friend Graham is going to repair this for me. He has a lot of turn of the century rosewood plane handles with broken, and he said he's going to try to repair that So I'm really excited to see what he can do with that for me. And he said he's going to match this one. So I'm going to take it apart and send the handles to my friend Graham, who made these planes. But I think this is absolutely a beautiful plane. I mean, the Stanley number, you can see it's a solid screw at the back, which is an early version. The newer versions had different screws. And it's a very early plane indeed. And it's a beauty. Now, I do have a Stanley number 1, as you may know. This is the Stanley number 1, and I'm guessing this is from around the 40s or so, and it's a Stanley Sweetheart, much more newer than this Stanley, as you can tell by the writing. Now, so basically, you can compare them together, the different planes. Now, it's I just think that they're stunning, you know, absolutely stunning, these little planes. Now, you guys may know that Lee Nielsen made a Stanley number 1, but he made his out of bronze. And obviously you can compare the three together. They're very, very similar indeed. So if you didn't want to try to find one of the earlier Stanleys, you could pick up one of these quite reasonably priced and get yourself the nearest, damn it, the next best thing. And it's cool, made out of bronze with looks like beech wood handles. So I just thought it was very interesting to see basically the three ages. So you've got the very early, you've got the more recent, and then you've got the imitation Stanley number 1s. But this is an extremely early plane from 1792 to 1793, which obviously dates it around 150 years old. So this is pre-car, this is pre, you know, aeroplane, this is you know, horse and cart territory. Fine cabinet makers, fine small, little bit of work, you know, and it's unmolested, and it's all the parts, is the frog, the mouth, the chip breaker, the handles, the casting, the screw, all date to the same time period, so it's not been messed about with, which is fantastic. So I thought you guys would appreciate looking at this. I think it's an absolute beauty. I think it's stunning, to be honest. I'm not going to restore it. I might put a bit of treatment on it. I'm not polishing it up or anything. I'm just going to leave it unmolested. But my buddy Graham's going to fix it. So thank you so much, Graham, for repairing that chip. So I'll get that in the post to you today. So yeah. Go check out Graham. There'll be a link below to his Instagram page. If you've never seen some of his exquisite hand planes before, you really should go visit his Instagram page. He's just absolutely stunning. I mean, I don't know what more else to say other than, you know, I just absolutely love the Stanley number 1. I think it just gives me the fizz. I mean, I don't know what it is. It gives me the fizz. So, I'm over the moon with it. It's not, I guess, the price. Because obviously people can just Google what it sold for, so it's pretty pointless. But yeah, this is a Stanley number 2. A lot newer, you know, a lot newer. But you can see the development. You see that the screw inside that's a later screw where it's curved in, versus the early one, which is solid. So kind of cool. And obviously this is a Stanley Sweetheart because it's more modern, but it is rosewood though. So yeah, I thought that would be fun for you to take a look at. Thanks for watching. Go check out Graham's Instagram page if you're on Instagram. He's probably got one of the nicest Instagram pages on Instagram. Absolutely stunning. Hopefully you enjoyed that little look at the Stanley number 1. I didn't do it as a guess the price because you could just Google it and you would find out the price, so it's a bit difficult to do that. So I hope you understand. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Take care. Bye.